Ah, NASCAR. Something I, as a Brit, have no idea about, but I do know that it has changed a lot over the years. I believe they did start out with something like this, the old Chevy Monte Carlo. However, they did change to a brand new style a lot later on. And today we're going to be having a look at, well, exactly that. Now, I know what you're thinking. NASCAR? In Forza? Surely you mean motorsport, right? Well, no, actually. I don't. Let's go have a look at this old thing. Because here we've got the 2JZ powered Toyota Camry, basically the Gummout Forsberg Racing NASCAR. Now, yeah, we have a full race NASCAR in this game now, and I don't know much about it. So if somebody in the comments could please inform me a bit of, NASCAR, please. But today we're going to be taking a look at it and going and finding out just what this thing can actually do. Although from my experience, and although I don't know much about NASCAR, I know they didn't have number plates. So here we are with our 2JZ Camry stock car, or NASCAR to you and I. Now the first thing we're going to go ahead and look at is conversion, because I think all we can do is just making it all-wheel drive. There is no engine swaps available. But you do have, as you heard there, a very good sounding engine. That is our 2JZ. Now, I'll come back to the tyres and stuff in a minute because I'm just intrigued. Because I believe if we fully upgrade this, we should be getting quite a substantial amount of power. So there's our turbo, there is pistons and compression, and finally there is the little bit of the engine valves. And that should give us, 1,260 brake horsepower. Oh, wow, this is going to be fun. Right, I'm going to go ahead and throw the rest of the upgrades on this thing like you usually would, and then we'll go and see just how chaotic this thing really is. Now, I know it might seem a bit nuts, but the first thing we're doing is we're going to drag race it. Yeah, you heard me right, drag race it. We'll go up to 335s in the back, we'll go and throw on some tyres, or some rims rather. Just going to go and throw on the easiest ones I can find, which are these, and we'll just leave them at that. Now, rim size, you can go up to 19-inch rims. Front and back? Yep, front and back. Why aren't I surprised? But yeah, I'm going to go ahead, install some bits on this, give it a quick little tune-up, and we'll go and see what it can do at the drag strip. But don't worry, because there's a lot more to come. Alright, so something else I noticed about this very quickly is, I don't think these are meant to be working, but they are. Anyway, moving on to the drag strip, go ahead and line ourselves up here. Let's see, on the brakes. There we go. Try and see if we can get a little bit. We can get launch control. Not every day you get to say you're about to launch control in NASCAR. But oh well, here we go. Honestly, for this thing, because it is surprisingly light, it's not too bad off the line. It's still not incredibly fast, but it is pretty quick. 203 through the camera. Not bad at all. I wonder what would happen if I started a bit further. You know what? Curiosity has gotten the better of me. What if I start from all the way back where the plane is and go all the way down here? Actually no, that's what we got the motorway for. I'm going to make some amendments to this car. Give me a minute. Okay, so I have now made some amendments to this thing. We've gone and got the tuning right, we're back on the proper tyres. Let's go and see what top speed we can get out of a NASCAR. The kind of thing that you probably wouldn't get a chance to do on the everyday road. You know, just taking NASCAR out onto the motorway, you know, as you do. If anybody recognises this, well done to you. I shall be intrigued to see who actually gets the rap or not. Anyway, let's keep going. Up to 240 through the camera, not too bad. Now, I've got one other place that I want to take this before we go and do our usual drift test with these cars. But first, let's just floor it for a little bit longer, shall we? 259, can we get 260? Can we get 260? We're so close! Yep, there's 260. Brilliant. That is our top speed, 260. Out of a NASCAR. Well, I never. Now, because of where we are, the fact that we're really close to somewhere, I just want to go and give this car a little bit of time for doing what it loves. And what that is, we're about to find out. So, trying to get that segue over to here was all kinds of broken, but still, these cars love to go around in circles, particularly going in the left-hand direction. We have a stadium that has the perfect representation of a NASCAR track. So I think it's about nice that we just, go and take this thing back to where it belongs. Look at this. It loves it. It's very, very tricky to control, but look at that. It is loving doing that little circle. Now, I know NASCAR tracks are kind of like oval shaped and this one's circle, but hey, it's the closest that we have in this game. But oh well. We did hit 190 doing that. That is madness. Right, now the last thing that's left is to go and take this thing for a good old driftabout. So we'll go back to the Horizon Festival, throw in a few upgrades, and we'll go and see how good this car can kick it sideways. And so, a quick retuning marathon later. Okay, so here we have our good old little tune-up. We've got our drift tyres, we've got everything we could possibly need. So, I guess let's go and throw this thing at a drift zone and go and see what it can do. $49,000 on the first attempt. That is mad. And the other bit is I forgot to tune the differential, so give me a second. Is it though? I always forget to tune something out of this. Ah, much better. Right. Firstly, can I do a burnout on this thing? Nope. Oh well, let's go and take a NASCAR drifting. But properly this time. There we go, not too bad. 45,000 back that way. And because we did retune it, we'll go ahead and give this car a third run, which is not what we usually do if we're looking at cars, but oh well. Right, let's go ahead and lower it down here and go and see what this thing can do. Another 49,000 point run. Nice. Honestly, I never thought that I'd see a NASCAR make a good drift car as well. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. If you recognise where the rap is from, well done, and I am very impressed. And if you know a bit more about NASCAR than I do, which is probably very likely, do go ahead and let me know a little bit about sort of how it works, I guess. So I'm always intrigued. Anyway, with that said, thank you very much for watching. I will go ahead and see you all in the next video. I still can't believe we have a 2JZ swap back in this game now, which is a racing 3 litre, and honestly, I am very, very happy about it. And that is all thanks to this thing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. You know the usual, like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, post a comment, I love to read them, try to play as many as I possibly can. If you have any ideas for Horizon 5 content, do go ahead and let me know. So with that said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye. Honestly, this thing is fantastic.